And we're live. And everyone's in the wrong place, I just realized.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
That's
Who
all good.
am I?
You were me for a second.
I'm the dungeon master
nice.
now.
Take us for a ride, Mac.
So we all start down. Peach scene. Start at a tavern. You see this young dashing bard walk in. Who could this bard be? Someone pick up the mantle of being the
Daniel.
bard.
Oh wait, it's
Johan.
Johan.
Daniel Johan walks in, and he sees. I can't do this. I'm not a DM.
It's the lead
Abort.
singer of Smash Mouth.
So
Anyway.
That's all you get.
Somebody.
stop. No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's session of RNG Presents The Dark Veil.
Hello.
This episode is sponsored by...
When the waves are crashing and it's got like the white foam at the top,
Sea foam.
sure, or ocean foam. We're an equal opportunity foam employer.
Wherever your foam comes from, we're alright with it, apparently.
I prefer my lake foam.
Lake foam's actually really problematic, Mac. I need to have a conversation with you about that off air.
This is my last day. See you guys.
Oh,
God.
okay. I'm glad I could make it.
So, any announcements before I get to it?
Y'all look really good tonight.
Are you talking to us or are you talking to the viewer?
First us, then the viewers.
Especially you, Mac.
Oh, nah.
Like, dang, boy.
No. I had things to take on, but I decided against it.
When we last left off,
Probably smart.
Oh yeah, we're on live.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god.
our group of adventurers, having smote the Serpentine Sentinel
I
in
didn't
the
smoke
placid
anything, Brandon.
pools, reaped the benefits of their kill in the form of CR, restoring Elgiri village to its former glory, and some minor loot that was left behind from the members of the Cult of Amethyst they fought, as well as in the form of a basilisk egg given to Rondon. Taking a moment to search the corpses of these slain gemstone dragonborns and examining their camp to peruse their belongings and check their left behind objects and whatnot. You eventually made your way back to Elgiri village after some very bad jokes and several hours of silence. You were congratulated by the very large mushroom in the town center and the large hut, who gave you free reign within the village to do as you please, whether it be resting, buying general provisions, or getting to work on individual crafting projects and whatnot. You have all taken a long rest by this point, gotten your work hours done, as well as done some light shopping. And as you all wake up to the familiar faces around the village that continue about their daily business, that is where we pick up tonight's episode of The Dark Veil. And so, as we begin, Balefire. You find yourself in one of the more comfortable huts that have been provided to you. You have been pretty quiet throughout the trip back. Something's been clouding your mind. Some weight. As you find a quiet space, you place your scimitars on the ground, and you search deep within yourself in deep meditative thought. Silent prayers and these spiritual pleas are sent out. What are you doing?
I'm just praying to Vanyel. My goddess, give me guidance. Something is missing. A form of life. Please show me the way.
There is a moment where as you have your swords crossed on the ground before you, this deep connection with the earth suddenly sends you into this momentary dark space within your own mind. There are no words, only feeling. This large, ethereal, feminine gray hand suddenly reaches out from within the darkness. You can see that behind you there is a shade of yourself. This blue, wispy balefire. Immaterial. It is a symbol of something. It carries with it powerful knowledge, but it lacks something. It lacks the ability to restore, to heal. Such great power, but limited in such a powerful way. This ethereal balefire extends their hand to you as well. And it seems as though you're torn between a choice of knowledge and a new path, one with life. You stand in between these two choices. What do you do?
Music reminds me of Kingdom Hearts.
A little bit.
You said there's one of life and one of wisdom?
One of knowledge of powerful magics.
I extend my hand to the life.
Okay. You turn and extend your hand, and suddenly this hand suddenly transforms into a brighter version of yourself, an echo of balefire. And as you turn back to look at the darker blue wispy balefire behind you, you can see it just smile and nod as it dissipates. And you embrace the light version of yourself. And you can feel the warmth, you can feel the healing, this sudden change within your own self take place. And you open your eyes to find that these small trails of yellow and white light seem to trail from your eyes, just trailing upwards, and suddenly it stops. And you begin to recall, or try to recall, knowledge that was secondhand to you moments ago has been replaced with something entirely new. You open your spellbook, and it does not make sense anymore. You can no longer read from its pages.
I didn't mute it.
Tyler, you're geeking out.
And as you kind of begin to settle with this realization, you take the time to yourself to begin to understand and prepare yourself for this important change within yourself. And we come to the rest of you.
So that's why you didn't want to talk about things. Okay. Kikyo! Oh no.
Just kind of as we're waking up, are we all staying in the same like quarters, or
The same bed.
I know I can't like that happens whether I want it to or not, Mac. It's gonna wake up and run. Rondon.
Hey, Dean, I got scared in the middle of the night.
You always do.
I would
all
say in the same general area. The
But
abodes here
not like
aren't
the same
terribly
hut.
large, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right, Tyler.
So then to whoever is in the hut with me, Rondon and whoever else, have you noticed that Balefire has been acting strange lately?
I mean, Balefire always seems strange to me.
Well, she's not acting like her normal strange self.
I mean, she's been appearing and disappearing, so a little bit.
Who among us hasn't been?
Well, I go to the gym every now and then.
When you say this, a little ferret built like Rocket Raccoon stands up and he goes, "Well, I'm Alex.
Excuse me?
I'm your monk friend." And then you wake up from your dream.
Dane! I start running over to his hut.
Fuck?
I wake up, Dane! I dreamt that Quatsang was a ferret.
I'm gonna wild shape into a ferret. So as I hear this, and I'm still like under whatever covers I have, I had a dream. Quantum was a ferret. I'm gonna turn into a ferret, and I'm gonna poke my head up, and then with mind link.
Now you date.
You're not dreaming, Rondon.
Oh God.
I just start slapping myself. Just, come on, wake up, wake up, wake up! No.
And then I Dane shape again. Just I burn a wild shape for the joke.
Okay.
What kind of hell am I living in?
A special one. What's going on?
Anyways, I dreamt that Kwansang was a fairy. That's it.
I wonder if Kwansang is learning some monk skills. I mean, druid skills. He is a monk.
I mean, I hope he's learning monk skills.
Aye.
This would be terribly awkward.
What are we going to do today? We should really start.
Well, I think I'm going to start off the day by making some breakfast. Some special breakfast. And so I'm going to go outside the hut, find a nice little area to pop up my pop-upable kitchen.
Okay. Easily enough.
And I will actually message you, Brandon, of what I want to do, because I'm gonna make us all breakfasts, but we're not gonna eat it.
Breakfasts. Let's get those breakfasts.
Breakfasts.
I'll find Kwansang. Kwansang, are you a ferret?
No, but I have tried ferret before. It tastes good.
Why did I think you monks were vegetarians?
Yeah, some of us.
That's a strange thing not to realize. We've been traveling together for some time, and
Well, there's been a handful of times where Rondon made bacon.
I knew that. I've seen you eat meat, but for some reason, in my head, you were just a vegetarian, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to come to terms with that.
That's awfully stereotypical of you two.
Sorry, my friend. Anyway, just kind of walk easy around Rondon today. He's kind of skittish that he thought you turned into a ferret or something.
Oh, that was funny.
This will be fun.
I want to go find Eric.
Perfect. You wander out of your hut and
Panicky.
okay, sure. So
Pancakes.
and you remember where Eric was staying, and so you kind of just walk into the hut. There are no doors, really. So you just walk into the hut and you find that Eric is sleeping on there are really no beds either. There's just softer ground, and there's like almost like a bed of mushrooms that kind of feel softer than most. And it's kind of weird because you don't really know if they're alive or not. You can assume, but
shit.
I mean, it's just they don't seem to mind. And so you can see Eric just kind of snuggled there with some what appears to be a blanket of some kind, some thinly veiled. You just kind of pick up whatever you find on the ground and you kind of make do.
He picks up one of the Myconin and he's like, "Hey, what's up? My name's Craig."
I'm so panicky that I don't realize he's sleeping, and I just like barge in and wake him up.
Just cast Revivify on
Eric,
him.
Eric.
What? No. Who? What are we fighting? What?
Can you read this?
Your
And I handed him my
spellbook?
spell book. Yeah.
I mean, we've been through this, Balefire. You were gonna maybe teach me how to read this, but no, this is all hops and whistles to me.
Eric, I can't read it anymore.
What happened? What do you mean? It looks the same to me. It just isn't intelligible.
It just has no meaning to me. I can't read it.
You didn't put on one of those medallions, did you?
No. We're past that. That was a one night thing.
And I pop him like, Bailey, forgot your medallion.
Yeah. Rondon, it was supposed to be our secret. I don't know. I was just in my room and I'm praying, and then there were two shadows of myself, and
Does Bale look different in any way?
I'd say make a perception check.
No, she looks exactly the same. That's a 2 on perception.
oh shit, bud.
Not really. Your eyes are still a little kind of blurry from waking up.
I didn't think much of it. And maybe I've given away my knowledge.
Was it Jujo again? And brackish or something like that?
It was.
You got it.
Yep, that was it.
No, it was myself.
So
There was a
I don't know
vision
what
of
that-
life and a vision of knowledge. And I've always felt that knowledge in a way was too powerful. And any time that my friends, you, have all fallen, I've always felt like I was missing something that I couldn't help. So I've chosen life. And now I can't read this.
You and me, sister.
So, are you saying that knowledge has been replaced by life somehow? What is it that you're saying? What happened to the knowledge?
Is there a way for me to kind of just like look within myself to see what's going on, Brandon?
How do you mean exactly?
Like I chose the path of life. How do I like know how that's changed me since I can't read this anymore? Do I feel different?
You do feel different. You feel as though you've grown wiser, and you can use that applied wisdom in a restorative way. Your spells feel less about shaping the world and about restoring essence to others. Like, you haven't lost your knowledge of magic in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so just change the way that you use it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You got to keep Fireball, right? Oh, great. We're in danger.
At this point, Kwanseng does enter the room just by happenstance.
Bill.
You look different.
It's good to see you.
She does. I don't say that. It's just. You look like a ferret.
It's odd. Hi, Eric.
Kwanseng, Bale's having memory problems or something. She's and I'm just gonna get out my book and turn to the page where she has written her name. Can you read this?
Yeah. I can't read that, Eric.
Okay. Well, good. So we're not at Rondon levels. It's just spell book. It looks like.
Oh God,
Rondon, as you are doing your shopping, off at the other end of the village, you feel like a slight tickle in the back of your neck.
Someone said his name.
What is happening?
That's funny.
Why wouldn't she be able to read her own name, Eric?
I can't read my spell book.
Did you write it?
I did,
Then you should be able to read it, no?
but I can't.
Let me see. I pick up her spell book, or I take it from her, rather.
Okay.
I analyze it. Is it a language I'm familiar with?
Not even close, and it seems as though the letters move and shift on their own.
As I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, of course you can't read it, Bale. This is gibberish.
It's gibberish I remember writing.
But you don't remember what it says.
I can't understand it anymore.
I want to analyze her, like look her up and down. Insight, just like how is she feeling?
What do you mean?
Like just insight on her, because this is odd to me. Like,
I need you to be more specific.
well,
What are you trying to understand?
Insight.
From her? Yeah.
Come on.
You use another word to describe what you're trying to understand here.
Are you trying to figure out this is the real Balefire?
Well, yeah. Eventually, I would have got there. Like this, I was gonna say, this doesn't seem like Bale. Like if she can't read her own writing, does that make sense? Like I'm trying to judge the, I don't know, temperament of her. Is that the right word? No.
Okay, just
Hopefully.
trying to get a general sense of how she's feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, go ahead and roll.
13 plus. Sorry. 6, 19.
19. She seems genuinely distraught. Very confused. That's what you
So
can
I-
gauge.
Right, and I don't get like this feeling at all that like she's trying to play a trick on us.
No, it seems like her feelings are genuine.
Sure. Okay. Well, Bale, have you ever used glasses?
Okay. So, Bale, it sounds like maybe in some way this is a choice that you made by choosing this path of life, and if you want this knowledge back, you know that I feel like I can speak for all of us. We will help you get it back. But if that's not the choice that you make, we will support you. I'll miss that fireball.
I must have missed an entire part of this conversation.
Yeah, remember the part where we were already having a conversation and you wandered in? That's how conversation.
You take 1 point of burning damage, can say.
Yeah, jeez.
Eric still has fireball.
Damn.
Put me to bed, dear God.
I was telling Eric that
Fucking
I was
hell.
praying to Vaniel because I felt like something was missing.
Eh?
And in front of me appeared 2 versions of myself, one of knowledge and one of life. And I felt that life is what I was missing.
I'm gonna message you something.
Okay.
Interesting.
I want to attack Balefire.
Oh shit.
is the only time it's possible.
He's just Drew's just like looking at Bale. It's like,
Brennan,
Nope.
do these
I start to ponder, just trying to think. Go ahead, keep going.
yeah, does this just come natural to me like the stuff that I've gained?
Yes.
It does?
Mhm.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
No, Rondon, you burning the eggs.
don't tell me how to cook eggs. I know how to cook eggs. Wait,
If
which
you knew
egg
how to
did I,
cook eggs, you wouldn't be burning them, would you?
which egg am I cooking? Feel around for the basilisk egg. Like, oh, thank God.
I've got this huge cracked, like, scaly, green, whatever color.
It's like, oh, that's just my dragon egg. Don't worry.
Yo, what?
Oh shit.
I told you not to worry about it, Dane. The basilisk egg is perfectly fine. We're good.
Where'd you get a dragon egg?
Where do you get your dragon eggs, Dane?
I don't.
Well, you should start buying it. Rich in protein. Very rich. We're talking 100 grams of protein per ounce. It's nuts. That's more than... That's
don't think
more
that's-
grams than 1 ounce can hold.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
It
Balefire.
breaks so many rules. Anyways.
Balefire. Understanding what you're saying, this sounds familiar. I know that clerics and paladins get their powers from their deities is reading and understanding religion and the different things. I believe that's what's happening to you. I think you've abandoned your wizard powers.
And gone to the life.
And gone to the life.
Do clerics get familiars?
No, right?
Really?
No.
Not
No.
unless you're a special cleric.
Yeah.
I was just wondering where the cat came from.
Chloe, she has FOMO.
Oh, sure.
She has what?
FOMO.
FOMO.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something about like foam mouth or something. I was like, she has rabies or something?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
She's been attached to me.
But yeah. Anything else?
Here, Eric. I want you to have this. And I hand him my spell book.
Well, thanks, Bale.
There's some really powerful things in here.
But you're not going to be able to teach me how to read it, right? Am I going to be... We'll hold on to it. I'll find somebody.
What's your passive perception, Kwanseng?
16.
Okay. You would notice as you kind of are now with Balefire kind of studying her a little, a very subtle change has happened. It's not necessarily a very difficult thing to spot, but it's not something that one would normally just notice just instantly.
Sure.
And it's the fact that her eyes have changed color.
What?
They are no longer the silver gray that they used to be. They are now like a bright, like a vibrant, radiant yellow color.
Yo, that is dope.
Interesting.
That's so cool.
So, and what were you doing right then and there when what was she doing when I noticed?
Just talking to Eric, just kind of talking to you as well. Just as the conversation has progressed, it's something that you would just notice.
Sure. I'll say, Bale, will you look at me one more time?
Sure.
In the eyes, please.
All right.
My eyes are up here.
And as we make eye contact, I smirk and I go, okay. And I turn around and I go, this will be a lot of fun, Balefire. And I exit the room.
And I just turned to Dana and I'm like, I think Quansing's hitting on Balefire.
You're not even there, are you?
I was like,
Yeah, we're in
I
your
just
kitchen.
have this like
I know,
feeling
I
in
like-
the back of his neck.
Rondon is an omnipotent being. Omnipresent. Just,
That's so
he
funny.
exists in all times and in all spaces.
How do you think I open the door to the gym all the time?
That's
wow.
funny.
Anyway. I am the Ron of your Don. And
What the fuck? Okay.
sorry,
What
this
does
is my
that
last
mean?
thing here. You tell me. What does it mean?
So
to you?
we have 2 spell books from the Dragonborn, and I'm going to add Bales to that pile and just kind of strap them up with a strap of leather and hook them onto my stuff,
Okay.
and we'll just schlep those along for a while.
Awesome. All right. Eventually, Rondon, you are nearly finished with dinner, and it's safe to assume that you would ask Dane to get the others.
It's like skedaddle, Dane. Get the group. Time to
All right.
Time to
Rondon,
eat.
you're acting strange. I hope everyone else is acting normal today.
I mean, I did wake up to a weasel, so
Boy, I sure would like to see Balefire cast Fireball right now.
I come in there, my favorite wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, my
oh.
Yeah, I don't know if there's doors or whatever. I'll kind of pull aside whatever partition there is.
There are none.
Okay, well,
Just
I'll just
Greg
kind of
standing
walk
in
in
the
the room
doorway.
doing this
Sure.
with my hand. I'm pulling aside the ethereal veil to come and get you for breakfast.
The Dark Veil.
Dun, dun. Roll the credits.
That's it. That's a campaign. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah. We'll see you next time on The Dark Veil.
All right, so you step into this this hut, and you can find that Balefire, Eric, and Quansing are there, and Balefire has this very confused, kind of like dire expression, and Quansing looks like he's kind of trying to figure it out, and Eric just looks like he's worried, just in general.
I've missed something. What's going on?
Eric will educate you on how conversations work, and I just keep
He's
walking.
so funny about it. It's still burnt.
Did someone cast shade? Oh,
Yeah, it gets a little darker in here.
Dang. Eric, is there something going on with the conversation? What's...
Oh, ignore him. He's pouting. But Bale has lost her ability to understand her spells. But Quansing says that maybe this is move that she still has access to magic, but maybe more of a life magic, a healing magic. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, honestly.
I think I need to go speak with Priscilla.
If we're talking healing magic, she knows far more than I do. I know some, but she outclasses me by quite a bit. Are you okay, Balefire?
I think so. I feel like there was a missing puzzle piece, and I found it. But I need to go talk to Priscilla.
Aye, that's not a bad idea. I get her and bring her to breakfast.
All right.
All right, so the rest of you are summoned to breakfast, and as you guys are making your way there, Balefire, you find your way to where Priscilla had been staying, a similar kind of hovel. And so as you find her, you see her in a deep meditative trance, kind of kneeling on the ground, her bow placed in her lap. And as you enter, her eyes kind of open, and she smiles, this warm smile, and she says, "Oh, Balefire, what can I help you with?"
Something's happened. I've chosen the way of life instead of knowledge and the ability to read my spells, and I feel this new found energy. And Quanting believes it could be of cleric or paladin, and I know you're more attuned to healing magic, and I just wanted your help.
I see. Is this a good thing?
I feel alive.
Well, then I would say embrace it. I'm very familiar with how in tune with the magic you were before and your control over it. You displayed great magical prowess in our battle with that large amethyst serpent. It'll be of no surprise to me that you will handle this restorative magic with great proficiency. And I don't believe there's any cause for worry. It's part of a spiritual journey. It's a choice that you've made. And if you're happy with it, then I believe it is for the better.
Right.
In terms of healing, I can show you what I know, but my healing is short-lived, very limited, though it's very powerful. I can surmise that you are more specialized now if you've made that change within yourself. If you've taken on that role, that duty, then the survival and preservation of this team is in your hands. They're all counting on you.
Thank you, Priscilla.
They just nod and smile. They stand up, and you can see them kind of stretch their arms and legs, and she says, "So what's everybody up to at this time?"
Rondon's made some breakfast. Would you care to join us?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. And so you two begin to head in that direction, and eventually everyone gets together inside of Rondon's instant kitchen, and you can smell the wonderful cooking of Rondon Timbers. As Rondon, you finish up your preparation. Everyone is seated. What have you made for everyone today?
Yeah, so I recall picking up some of those bugs. I can't remember for the life of me what they're called from the caves. The ones that dropped on us.
The piercers?
You know what I'm talking about?
Piercers.
That's right. Piercers. Some piercer bacon with the side of a dragon egg. And I also whipped up some dried goods for kind of like a overnight oats, but they're dried out, so they don't spoil. Add water or just straight shoot it if you want. For three of our group, 3 of our heavy hitters. So I hand like these little vials of like these overnight oats to Dane, to Eric, and then to Quan, saying like, "Hey, take these when we need it in battle." You know what I'm saying? I'm also switching up accents.
What are you trying to do?
These contain the grove mushrooms, but like I kind of like dried out the mushrooms so that when they take them in the midst of battle.
If it's a magical meal that you're preparing for them, it takes an hour to consume.
Yeah, no. I guess. Oh, for the mushrooms.
If it's just the mushrooms, then if you're using the mushrooms like in a prepared state, then you could put them in the vial just to kind of like for flavor's sake. But as far as like the healing, like the hit point maximum boost, that one takes an hour to consume.
Breakfast was just going to be breakfast.
Oh, okay.
And then it was just also an excuse to kind of prepare the mushrooms.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so who are you distributing these to?
Dane, Eric, and Quan Sang. Because I guess to this point, I only know Balefire as a distance fighter, so that's why I didn't choose you, Carl. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
That's okay.
So each of you can add essentially what it is a potion of growth to your inventory.
Ooh.
That for mine.
And then for the breakfast, you wanted to use the piercers. Did you want to use the hit point maximum increase?
Might as well.
Okay.
Might as well, just in case.
Gotcha. So if you're using piercers, then let me go ahead and double check here what their hit dice is. It is D8. So if everyone is partaking in this magical meal, you can increase your hit point maximum by 2d8, which you can either roll once for everyone, or you can roll yourselves. It's up to you guys.
Well, I rolled 12, so either roll or you could take my 12.
I'll take your 12. Is it back? Oh wait, not me, right?
No, you'll get partake in it.
This is everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you said to the max?
Well, you can't you can't give them the choice now that you've rolled.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry. Never mind. You all take my 12.
And you said yes
Okay.
to the max?
Yes. So
Yes.
everyone roll individually.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't just I rolled good, so everyone gets that one.
So 2d8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Not bad.
And then I'll roll for perception. That's not bad.
While we were looting, did you happen to find any armor?
This is mad awkward. Yes, and I'm wearing the breastplate. Anyways, here you go, Bale.
No, I can take your old one.
No, you have the breastplate.
No.
It's cool.
No, I'll take your old one.
Which old one?
You
Didn't
want
you
the
have-
old one?
Didn't you have
What?
old armor?
Yeah, you had your mithril.
I have my mithril.
I'll take that.
Bale, I'm giving you the breastplate. Please take it. It's all you.
No, I'll take your mithril.
Stop it, Bale.
No, you
Don't get what?
No, I swear, Mike. I'll take the mithril. I promise.
I don't remember what the breastplate is. I don't even know if I actually added to my inventory because I can't remember at all, and I don't think I did.
I don't think I added it. I think I only added the staff.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think that's what we were waiting on. So, just because I'm lazy, I'll stick with the mithril. Take the breastplate because I'm lazy.
Okay.
So then here.
Are you adding it, Brendan?
Yeah. So you guys carry on as I work on this.
Ugh.
Eventually, you finish your meal. You feel revitalized and better than you were before. What is your next move as you finish your meals?
It seems we've got a choice ahead of us. This dragon is just looming ahead of us, but I don't know. Are we ready?
Well, I mean, we could just leave cave, I guess, if we really want.
Yeah, we could, I
It's-
suppose.
Did you lot want to go see the people that were petrified in statue form?
Well, if they're unpetrified, they're probably not still there. I don't know that if I woke up from petrification, I would just hang out there. But
Right.
I do have that guy's lantern, and I guess I feel a little guilty if he's wandering around in the dark. So if he is there, I would give it back to him for sure.
And we just cut scene. The guy's just walking around bumping into the walls, just like, I can't see. Well, yeah, I might as well check up on them and make sure that, a guy isn't bleeding out because we did take a chunk out of his leg.
Right.
I suppose I did.
That'd be wicked awkward.
They were wearing those amulets.
Yeah.
Should we go back?
So
Should we go back and kill him?
maybe they put them on willingly, or maybe they couldn't take them off like Rondon and Bale and Crystaline. Come on.
I mean, I never took mine off. I mean, well,
You didn't take yours off.
And this is out of character here. we just shoved those behind some rocks or something, right? We didn't carry them with us. We just hid them.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
Because there was talk about removing the curse while keeping the enchantment,
Mhm.
but it was kind of settled that the scrying nature of it was still active even if we weren't wearing them. So
Right.
yes, they definitely just got left somewhere.
Well, if they're occultists, I don't want to face them. I don't want to kill someone today. Well, it's inevitable. We kind of kill someone each day, really.
Well, we know that we are not the first group coming down here looking for the Baron. So I'm hoping that that's who those guys were, and they can maybe give us a hand. I'm not saying that I want to share the reward money with them, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
When we exit the cave, we just kind of,
Just push them back down in.
push them back down. Push them in the cavern. Make sure they don't have featherfall. All right, let's go ahead and greet them. And I just kind of start walking that direction.
One thing, Persea.
Sure. I'll go.
Very well. All right. So, everyone begins to prepare themselves for the journey. You have traversed through this place before, and as such, it won't take you quite as long as last time. Eventually, about an hour passes as you continue traveling down the tunnel. I guess for the sake of the environment and the ecology, whoever's taking point, go ahead and just make a survival check for me.
All right. Believe that's me. And survival. Ooh. So I am proficient in this.
Mm-hmm.
So do I get to roll twice?
No.
Or nah? Okay, then a 6.
Okay. Even having traversed through these tunnels, you still kind of get lost. And so what should have been, a quick jaunt through the tunnels, retracing your steps, ends up taking you about twice as long.
This is so confusing.
And I'm just like, when they say retrace your steps, maybe you're supposed to be walking forwards, not backwards. And this is when I realized I've been walking backwards the whole time and just turn myself around.
Pokey pokey.
Shake it all about.
It is at this point that you eventually, after several twists and turns of going, no, it was this way, no, it was this way. Rondon, you notice that Scrappy isn't with you.
This is why I've been getting lost. I don't have my GPS.
And so eventually
right.
you reach that point where you turned off from that initial path, and you do notice that the stone statues that were there before still remain. These statues with the gray porous stone, and you recognize this to be closer to where the basilisk den was.
Thank God we didn't come back to a crime scene. That'd be, again, awkward. And then I just go in and push one down, just for the sake of it. Like, okay.
All right.
I got that out of my system.
So much for not killing anyone today.
Just make a strength check for me, Rondon.
You bet. Strength check. Not say. There it is. That's the one I want. How does a 16 do?
16 is just fine. It takes you a little bit of pushing. They're much heavier than they would have been if they weren't made out of stone. I believe that turning to stone triples your weight, and so they are much heavier. And so as you push and push and push and push, eventually it teeters over and just crumbles into a scatter of gravel around the tunnel floor.
I'm just like, don't. I turn back and I'm like, don't help me, I got this. Don't help me, I got it.
It does make me wonder. These were petrified by basilisks. Why are they still here? Or have they not been eaten?
Well, maybe they needed to be turned into gravel for them to chew up. I don't know. We got them kibble. And I'm like, oh, I could use this. Scoop up some, put it in my pack, waiting for my baby basilisk to hatch.
Oh my gosh.
I need to feed it something when it wakes or when it is born.
You like rocks?
I don't know what baby basilisks eat. I'm assuming rocks. What is this?
Maybe they need something lesser when they're first born. I don't know how reptiles work.
Or are they reptiles?
Monstrous reptiles, I think. As we're continuing.
As you are continuing forward, you can immediately hear the sounds of hissing and screeching further down the tunnel, towards the entrance of where that one opening in the wall was, that kind of crack that leads to that secluded tunnel.
Sound like basilisks.
Most definitely, yes, and they appear to be aggressive.
Averting eyes.
Yeah.
And so, as you are averting your eyes, obviously you cannot see, and so it makes gauging the situation a little harder. But you do notice that they stop hissing and screeching. Once you begin to approach, it turns into like the light chirping noises from before. And you kind of begin to feel the brushing of these heavy leathery hide creatures kind of bumping into you.
I'm just like, how is my family doing? I missed you guys. I know it's been a day, but, I still miss you. And as I'm just, like, kind of petting them as they come by.
As you are... oh god, the word's gone from me. I only know it in Spanish.
What is it in Spanish?
Acariciar. I don't know how to say it in English.
I don't know why I thought
as
that
you
would
are,
help. I don't
like-
speak Spanish.
Basically, like, caressing them,
Yeah.
like petting them,
Petting, yeah, I guess that's...
like loving, giving them lovies.
Yeah, exactly. As you are doing that, petting them and, showing them love and whatnot, you hear a voice kind of further from within the secluded crevice. A male voice kind of echoes through the chamber and says, Hello, who's there?
Rondon Timbers. Who are you?
Wait, did you say Rondon Timbers?
Yeah. Do I know you?
No, I am... My name is Bradley. Have you subdued the creatures?
Subdued? They're so kind. Why would you want to subdue them? I mean, if subdue you mean give them belly rubs, then yeah, then I subdued them.
I'm a little confused at the moment.
They're friendly. Just close your eyes and kind of walk towards my direction. I was like, guys, we're making new friends.
I'm sorry, please forgive me if I don't immediately trust that.
Oh, I don't blame you at all. They did attack us before, but I kind of became family with them. I have an egg now. I'm becoming a mom.
This makes less and less sense the more you keep talking.
Rondon, you have the strangest conversations.
Please, if you might, please step inside so we may talk face to face.
Okay. I just kind of like jet turned towards as much as I can towards the basilisk. I'm like, it's okay, guys. I think you guys are okay. I think this guy's friendly. I'm assuming. I'm just going with it.
Go ahead and just make an animal handling check with advantage.
All right.
You've earned the trust of these creatures. This is to persuade them to kind of leave the area.
15.
15. I would say that's enough. Begrudgingly, they move on, and so they leave the scene, as you would so call it.
And I shout, "Love you guys. See you later."
And you just see them like waddle on with their.
I see nothing. I don't want to see them.
Sure. You can
love
hear
them,
the stomping of the feet.
Just as a moment of precaution, I'm going to cast Shillelagh on my.
Okay, got your weapon stick.
Got my weapon stick.
So I open up my eyes, like, okay, Bradley, where are you again?
Deeper into the tunnel here in this little area.
All right, and I kind of just like light my Oculus, just kind of help give us some light.
Okay.
Or some more light.
Gotcha. Yeah, so this very bright red glow emanates from the sinister eyeball that you carry.
I'm not really coming off as great, but you know, as the good guy.
You eventually make your way into the chamber, and you can see 4 humanoid individuals. One that stands at the front, who you can assume to be Bradley, this human. Male, brown hair, brown eyes, a beard and a mustache, fairly kept. There is another human male whose hair is blonde. He has blue eyes. This one does not have any facial hair, however. You can see that there is a woman among them with dark purple hair and red eyes. And then another female with dark brown hair and gray eyes. And they appear to kind of suspiciously eyeball you, kind of keeping their distance. And you can see that they are fairly gaunt in their appearance. You can immediately tell just that they haven't eaten for a little bit.
And I'm just like, oh boy, you guys want some food? I got some extras if you want.
Yes, please. Can I... Before we do that, can I ask you what you're doing here?
Yeah, well, we've been kind of sent on a task to find someone down here. It just... I don't want to tell you too much because I don't know who you are other than your name is Bradley. Do you have a last name, Bradley?
I don't come from nobility or...
That's okay. We can spitball something for you. Anyways, yeah, we're just down.
End up down here.
Oh, well, hello there. I didn't see you back there.
Angel from my nightmare.
That song's the best too.
Well, it's
Hello
it's a bit of a
there.
tale, but the short version is that we're also looking for someone.
How serendipitous. Well, here's some food. I hope you don't mind piercer meat. It's piercer bacon. It's quite tasty. Kind of weird texture, but it's good.
Okay, so you're handing them one of the celestial fried piercers.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a couple days old, but it's cooked, so it's a little stale, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Food is food at this point for them.
Yeah. And so you can see them distributing it, just hungrily eating away at it. And you can see that now that you are within closer proximity of this group, you can see that there are very minor wounds on them, particularly by their hands, a little like by their hips. You can see that one of their pouches has been seemingly like cracked almost, but the fabric, behaves normally. You can see that one of them has kind of like bandages at their fingertips.
It's like, you guys look like you've been through a bit here. Per se, can we help him out while we talk some more?
She hasn't appeared in the room. You can just hear her voice, and from deeper within the tunnel, she says, "Is it a good idea to show myself?"
Well, how do you guys feel about elves?
Elves, aren't those just myth?
Well, we know a really nice elf. She's real rad.
From what I've heard in the stories, the only good elf is a dead one. Those cannibals.
Well, excuse your language, sir. I mean,
have you heard something
I was
different?
gonna heal you, but now I'm not.
It might be time for a reevaluation of what you know. I can't speak for the ones that disappeared from Varus Dwell however long ago, but...
Do you hear that?
Basilisks are coming back.
Yeah.
no,
that
I thought I
chemo?
trusted them.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
There's another that's come from somewhere else that doesn't share that history. Can you put aside your prejudice?
Sure, if it means that I live to see another day, I'll give anything a try.
I want to really examine what he's like. Is he being honest? Is he genuinely like, yeah, sure? Is he like...
Sure, go ahead, make an insight check.
Does he have ulterior motives? It's an 11, I think I have a plus 8. 19.
Okay. From what you can sense, the emotion that he is displaying, it appears more of just indifference, willing to pretty much say anything just to kind of get by. There's a certain kind of desperation. Like, yeah, I'm dying, I don't care.
I'll nod to Rondon. Just kind of...
All right. Well, I think it's good, Persea. I mean, these folks look injured, and might as well help him out. We're all in the cave sometimes, right?
She steps into the room, and immediately her presence, as she steps in, and she always kind of carries with her this ethereal autumn wind. You know, she's obviously a very magical and mystical being, and you can see that there is some very kind of obvious doubt and almost like a pulling away. But as she enters the room, it almost as if their prejudice or any kind of fear or just any kind of reactions go away, as you know Presea to have this kind of enchanting presence about her.
I'm not gonna lie.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's gonna be real stupid. But when you said that she carries like an autumn wind with her, I'm like, she's always breaking wind. Again, real stupid.
Now, I made this very clear in past episodes. Elves don't poop or fart.
That's
What?
fair.
Really?
Just excretes pleasant scents.
Anyway.
Sure, why not? They're magical. And so you can hear that Bradley, the one that you've been addressing, kind of, oh, why would I ever have a problem with that? She's beautiful.
She's spoken for, I'm sorry.
By who?
Balefires, shut up. Anyways,
She turns back to face you, and there's like a slight smile, and it's like, oh, Rondon, like kind of look.
that's me.
Meanwhile, you're just like dying inside of it.
It's like, stop embarrassing me, Bale. So as Perseus healing him up, I'm like, what got you? What got you down here? Like, what held you up? Why you stuck here right now?
Well, I'm not sure you'd believe us, but there was this large lizard, maybe a snake, made out of solid amethyst. It seemed to move around like it was a living creature. Had this very nasty beam attack, and
yeah, I believe you 100%. It's dead now. So there's that for you. You don't have to worry about that. There's a few brave adventurers that took care of it, witnessed it all. It was cool. One was this handsome roguish gnome, and his cool compatriots, but not as cool as the gnome. But they took care of it. Yeah.
oh, where is this gnome?
Gone. Long gone.
Just gone.
No, no.
Long gone timbers.
I guess I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that guy anymore. But you said you were looking for someone. I wouldn't happen to know if we're looking for the same person.
Yeah, we got hired on a job. It's very hush-hush, so we're not really allowed to talk about it with anyone else.
And I quickly turned to I think we have to kill him.
Are they orange?
They slow their chewing. No?
Do I believe them when they say no?
Not really.
We're playing
Yeah.
a game of Guess Who.
Okay.
Does your person have no hair on their head?
I'm going to take a leap of faith with you guys. I think we are looking for the same person. The Baron.
How would you know that?
We were hired to come bring him back alive.
Yeah, I think you'll find that a little difficult.
Why do you say that?
Well, because we tried once, and it can't be done.
You wouldn't happen to still be on that first try, would you?
I mean, there's really no way that you'll be able to get past the Cult of Amethyst.
Well, we're about to try.
We're very good at surprising people.
I mean, she's not wrong. We surprise ourselves every day, truth be told. I woke up and thought my friend was a weasel.
Yep.
Sounds like a bad dream.
It was hell. I thought I was in hell. All 9 levels.
So you've encountered the Cult of Amethyst? He said, trying to get the conversation back on track?
Yes, and well, me and my teammates here, we were pretty prepared for anything, but they are very powerful and capable fighters. But we were forced to retreat, forced to hide in order to preserve our lives, but it ended up being in vain. Well,
So apparently not.
apparently not, but I mean, I've seen what can happen enough to know that what happened to us, I don't even know how much time has passed.
The Baron's been missing for 30 years.
Make a deception check.
13.
Liar.
Damn it!
Shit! Oh shit!
That explains why what?
You can see their eyes beginning to well up.
No, it's not. I'm not serious. I'm sorry. It's not been that long.
Oh, if I had my strength, you bastard.
It's actually been 40.
Oh shit!
It's been 100. It just keeps upping the ante every time.
70
It's been
years!
1,000 years.
Yeah.
We all drive flying cars now. That's how we got down here.
What's a car?
How did you get down here?
Flying boat.
I actually had one of those once.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean, how? We just caught a ride.
On what?
There's this really great taxi service. You can see he pulls out from his pack this golden whistle.
That son of a bitch. I thought I was one of a kind. That was special. And I pull out my golden whistle.
What? You mean Sexic? Sexix.
Yeah,
Sexist.
that's the one.
He's been dead for 30 years.
Fuck off. And he continues eating.
That would have been a smarter way to do it, or I suppose they probably weren't in traveling shape when we made our way down.
Well, he made it very clear that he would get us here for a, exorbitant price, but he wouldn't be coming for us.
Of course. And how'd you plan to get back up?
We would have figured it out.
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
So tell us more. Anything you can about this Amethyst cult. This
Well, they're not the only ones you have to worry about.
What do you mean?
Well, we believe that someone has it out for us. Or had. There were these 2 3-creen figures that were stalking us in the Crystaline Cavern. They didn't appear to be affiliated with the cult or any other faction. They what can only be described as professional or deadly mercenaries. In fact, they are, now thinking about it, pretty notorious, especially in Western Primaris. They are mostly known as the Shades of Onor. The rumor has it that they were banished knights who turned to mercenary work after displaying cruel and aggressive behavior towards criminals, going against the knight's code. They're
Does
nasty.
that ring a bell to anyone? I'm not learned in history, I just make stuff out of wood.
Anyone proficient in history?
Oh, wait, never mind.
I'm saying, do you know history?
Yeah, I'm proficient, yeah. I was just looking.
If you'd like, you can make a roll.
Sure. This thing would stop falling off. 12.
12. Nothing you can really particularly glean. As far as like rumored knowledge. I mean, there are several mercenary groups. Nothing like this stands out to you in particular.
Okay. Never heard of it before.
You say they were following you. Did they help the cult turn you back, or what did they actually do?
They never actually engaged us. I knew what they were doing, though. They keep their distance until they know you're weak. Thankfully, by that time, we were already out of the Crystaline Cavern.
How did you get into the Crystaline Caverns? That's a problem that we've had quite an affair working out.
Well, I'd be able to show you if our key hadn't been stolen right off the wall. And they point over to the wall, and you can see the empty spaces in the wall where the circular gems and the onyx and the diamond were.
Yeah, about that. So that's a key, huh?
Yes, there is really only one way to get in, and that is through placing the stones in their correct settings, and you must have access to some sort of psychic magic in order to activate the tablet.
Interesting. Oh, I'm sorry about your key.
You've some magical prowess then.
Not myself. I'm more of a fighter myself, but Gabriella, she's a sorcerer. You can see that human female. Her hair is kind of draped down her side, or down her shoulders. She is the one with the dark purple hair and the red eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was rude of me. I should have asked all your names too. Hi, I'm Rondon Timbers Gabrielle. Nice to meet you. Like, go through the circle. Like, Rondon Timbers, who are you?
She kind of pulls her hair out of her face and tucks it behind her ear, and she says, "Hi, this is James." She points to the blonde-haired one, and that's Hannah, and she points to the dark-haired female.
Rondon Timbers, nice to meet you. Rondon Timbers, nice to meet you. James, Hannah.
They each shake your hand. They appear to be very quiet. Quite obviously, they're shell-shocked.
I know. You're meeting Rondon Timbers for the first time. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm a lot more humble than this.
The audacity.
Where does he get it?
The caucasity.
He's a gnome.
Did you, and I'm pointing to all the chalk writing on the walls, did you do this?
Yes, it was meant to explain what we had learned. Sorry if that didn't come across quite clearly. You can see he's reviewing his work, kind of just silently judging himself.
Oh, no. I mean, it's good. It's good. I just, I'm probably not as educated as you. Can you walk me through some of it?
Yes, it was meant to be a set of instructions as to how to use the key if anyone else found it before us, or rather after us. It has to do with the gemstone dragon types. See, there's ruby and sapphire and topaz, amethyst, and emerald, and somewhere outside of that exists onyx and diamond, but that part's a little unclear to me. We haven't really, we're not aware of any onyx or diamond gemstone dragons. But it essentially explains the unity between them and how onyx is the absence of the light, and how white is the culmination of the colors brought together.
Okay.
Yeah, now looking at all this, it's all rubbish, isn't it?
No. It's very good. Maybe it's a good first draft.
I'll take it.
Honestly, I think it looks perfect. I can't read any of it though.
So again, in the interest of maybe taking a leap of faith, I want to tell you this is not the first time we've been here. We were in here when you were in more of a petrified state than you are now. And is Bradley the one that has the bandaged fingertips?
Yes.
And I think this belongs to you. Produce the lantern.
There's a moment of realization. There is this sort of unbridled rage, and then a moment of self-restraint.
I'm really sorry. You got to understand our position. We had no understanding that you would ever be you again.
No, this is better than I had hoped. I'll take it.
Surprise.
I was going to ask, are any of them wearing the amulets again?
No.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
How would you know?
You noticed last time some strange amulets that you were wearing. What can you tell us about them?
Oh, they were given to us by one of the lords of Onor, Projekt. She believed that it would help us, and they were enchanted with the Thorns rune, so it did come in handy quite a bit. She is very generous to have given such powerful magic away so freely.
I am very curious about the truthfulness of that response.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, go ahead and make an
I was
insight
like,
check. Both of you, go ahead.
15.
Okay. And Balefire?
17 plus 7.
Holy shit. So, Dane, you, from what you can glean, they appear to have a lot of respect for Projekt. That is what you understand from that. Balefire, as you are looking at this man, analyzing every feature, you can tell that they are, in fact, speaking truthfully. Or at least what they perceive to be as the truth.
Okay.
There is a great reverence for Projekt, and yeah, no ulterior motives, nothing that you can sense.
Very curious.
And the others out in the other tunnel, were they with you, or did you find them that way?
No, we found them that way.
Am I recalling, were they wearing the same amulets?
Yes.
Suspicious.
We didn't get any amulets, did we? She didn't give us any necklaces.
No, I don't think.
I think so.
Was she the one that dispatched us?
But she was against us going.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
That explains. She was probably out of amulets for us. That's why she didn't want to send us.
Perhaps.
She gave them all away to the other adventurers.
The weapons that were gathered, but I'll have to find the right page of my notebook to double check.
I'm pretty sure you left most of them.
Were they from these folks, or were they...
It was from both groups.
Okay. I say I've got 7 total swords, 5 daggers, and a short bow.
Yes, but last time you said that you did not bring them with you.
Right. I was just noting how many weapons I had gathered, and it was more than...
Does any of them recognize Bale's breastplate?
That wasn't from these folks.
I think that came off of the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Which, sidebar, now that we know that that has like a weird like burst damage thing, it's really good that Balefire took care of those with fireballs from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Yeah.
have been...
Yeah.
Oh, I did add the breastplate to your inventory.
I added it on.
Okay, perfect.
Do I recall, did I take the daggers from these folks?
I think
Or
you
the
took one
that-
dagger, and Eric
I
took
took one
another
dagger.
dagger.
I
Right.
think I took. Yeah.
Was
I
that
have a dagger
theirs, or
plus
was it-
one.
Was it someone's from the hallway, what I recall?
For this, it would be irrelevant. I mean, it's just a dagger, and they all were the +1 weapons. So
Okay, I just...
Yeah.
In the interest of returning their stuff to them,
sure.
I didn't want to hold out on them. Well, I suppose it's only right to return these to you. And I pull out the potion of gaseous form and the potion of superior healing.
Immediately they take it from you, and you can see that there is this enormous gratitude that they appear to be just freely exuding. They say, "Oh, thank you. I know we're in no position to ask for our things back, but I appreciate it."
When we took them, we didn't know what to make of you wearing those amulets. We didn't, like Mugweed said, we didn't know that you'd ever be yourselves again.
Is there something wrong with Projekt?
The amulets, what do you know about that symbol?
I just figured it was her royal seal or symbol.
Now I guess Tyler's remembering, was it the nightmare?
Mm-hmm.
That, what was the corrupted immortal? That was the
Calicor.
Mm-hmm.
Calicor. Is that Calicor the Nightmare? Is that the title?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That symbol is one of a corrupted immortal named Calicor.
It's probably just coincidence.
Are they, with that, are they like questioning it all? Are they pretty firm, like, oh no, it's nothing? Or is it like, it's probably nothing? You know what I mean?
Go ahead and make an insight check again.
Son of a gun, that's a 15 again. It was almost a 25, and then it ticked once more.
Okay. They're like, you can. It's basically the understanding that you get from it is just like, I mean, whatever. They're spiders. Like, it's a coincidence. What's the big deal?
That's racist. Perhaps. I wouldn't put them back on, though.
Sure thing.
If we were able to use the key, 9 swords are better than 5. Would you be willing to join us? Our combined forces may prevail where you didn't alone.
I mean, look at us. We're not fighting any dragons anytime soon. I appreciate the offer, but I'd like to think you know what you're doing. But there are forces so powerful they are beyond your expectation. And quite frankly, out of our league. It was a nice bounty, I'd like to call it that, to pursue. But for now, I'd rather keep my life than keep pressing on. But I'm happy to answer any questions you have about the journey ahead as far as we got.
First one, how far did you get?
Well, we made it past the Crystaline Cavern and we entered Uldred's domain, but after that, things began to spiral out of control, and more we were on the run, having to watch our backs. The shades of Onor are relentless. You cannot let your guard down for even a moment. You'll have to make some tough choices down there.
The cult, how many men, how many people are we talking about?
It's hard to gauge, but they're very well fortified. I'll say that. And they have warriors of all different types. Both magical, physical, archers, monks, all kinds.
Do you believe it would be possible to, through stealth, get past them?
Possibly.
Carla messaged us she's got to go.
Yeah. If you could add another camera, Tyler. There we go. Just
I was
rearrange
telling-
us.
Not to use my video, and then it always does anyway.
There we go. Sorry, what were we saying?
Hard decisions.
Get past with stealth.
Oh, possibly. But your whole team would have to be dedicated to that. One small slip up and they'll be on top of you for sure.
What do you know about the Baron? Is he alive? What's his status?
He is most definitely alive. And while we don't know exactly why he has been taken, we did observe something strange happening within the Crystaline Cavern that we think may be connected. The encroaching presence of Amethyst seems to be growing by the day, almost as if it's spreading like some organic substance. As if its influence has somehow been increased within the cavern. The Allegiance of Sapphire, while we did observe them momentarily, did not display such properties. So I can't be certain, but that is an observation we made.
Some powerful magic's at work. Do you know why they need the Baron to make it happen?
I don't. Unfortunately. Well, thanks for the meal.
Yeah, and I'll pluck off 4. There's 4 of them, right?
There is 4 of them, yes.
Yeah, so I'll pluck off 4 good berries from the staff.
Mm-hmm.
For the return trip, once a day. Those are good for 24 hours.
The magic or...
Aye, they're magic. They'll fill your stomach for a day's travel.
Thanks. This will make it a lot easier as well. And he kind of holds up the potion of gaseous form.
Aye.
It's our ticket out of here.
But for one of you, right?
One of us can send for...
Sure. Shoot, I had a thing. I lost it. Oh, we don't know how long you've been down here. What was the world like when you descended?
Let's see, it was the 7th of Kythorn? What are we at now?
what, the 20th or so?
Oh,
But you know about the sun then.
yes.
That's not going to come as a great shock to you. I just wanted to be sure before we...
No, I thank you. Thankfully, it hasn't been that long. It hasn't been 30 years.
No, it's the
35.
20th of Kython, 30 years later.
Sure.
We, when you get back up, don't linger in Onor. I know you have great respect for Projekt. And I'm sorry to say it, but I don't know if that respect is deserved.
I think our business in Onor is finished. Personal feelings aside. On to the next
Run
job.
quickly. Run quickly, cover your tracks. Perhaps leave Primaris. If these shades are after you down here, they may be sending someone after you up above as well. I can't say I don't know, but be cautious.
Maybe we'll visit the eastern side. I hear Wallenach is pretty great this time of year.
Well, nowhere's really great right now, but that's besides the point.
One last question before we part. Does the name Quartermain mean anything to you?
Can't say it does.
It was worth a shot. Okay.
What about the name Rundon Timbers?
Now that's a name that he'd have to be a fool not to know.
He wasn't joking, he's really a Rundon Timbers. And he may or may not have been the gnome that finished the Amethyst Sentinel.
I
No,
mean,
I wasn't
he does a pretty
told.
good job at impersonating. I mean, I've seen a couple of those around Onor.
There's people impersonating me too?
Like Elmo in Times Square.
Just the sad Rondon.
You can see him stand up, grab one of the swords, nods to the others, and you can say, or they say, "Well, I appreciate everything, and thank you for your kindness. I am sorry that I won't be here to see it through, but don't be afraid to pull back. Like I said, you'll have to make a lot of difficult choices down there. We're lucky to escape with our lives."
And
I will
if you
keep
see
it in
any,
mind.
if you see any of those Rondon impersonators, tell them my legal team will be in contact with them.
Excuse me. How do you feel working as a what do you call the people that serve the papers? You know what I'm
Huh.
talking about?
Yeah.
I show up and they're like, "Oh, you're the guy I'm looking for. You've been served." What do you call
Do
those
they
people?
Do they have names?
Assholes, no.
I think they have a name. Are they just couriers? No,
Sounds
that's not
right.
right.
Servers, Tyler. No.
That could be it.
Here's your papers.
I don't know. Anyway, you could be one of those, just kind of go around working for the Rundon PR department, handing out cease and desist letters.
I think I'd need a little more, spice.
Have you seen those rundown impersonators? They're feisty.
Yes, I have. Safe journey to all of you. And thank you again. And also, I don't understand your relationship with the Basilisk, but I thank you for your aid nonetheless.
Rundown's their mother.
They don't even question it. They're like, all right. And they exit that little crevice in the wall and begin to make their way out. You can see that the way that they walk, they appear to have a pretty solid formation. They have a light source. They keep their caster in the center while everyone walks around like the flanks. Archer in the back. And they look like a pretty experienced team.
We should get one of those.
And they begin to make their way out. Eventually, you lose sight of them.
A formation, I mean. Every time we start walking, we don't know where we're going. It's kind of shuffling around until somehow you end up at front, even though you can't see anything.
Not a dang thing. Anyway, should we put that onyx diamond in the wall?
Well, this is the way that they found. We can't ask Scrappy because he's not with us, but I wonder what way they were going to show us. R.I.P. Scrappy.
Oh, I think they said
He's still alive.
if they had the stones, this was the way they were going to show us, but they couldn't because the stones were missing.
Oh, that's what the Myconid had said.
Oh, I thought Bradley said that.
Oh. Alright, Bradley was going to show us this way, which we have the stones for.
Oh, I see. I understand what you're saying now.
But if the Algiri were going to show us a different way, that may or may not be better. I mind link with the Great Mushroom several hours away from me.
Alright, so what's the next call?
Were the Helgiri gonna show us how to get there?
Hi, that was the arrangement.
I think that's why we did the whole rescue their water quest.
Okay, yeah, let's just walk back and grab Scrappy.
I checked to see that you said that like they're out of earshot, right? They didn't like double back in there.
Exactly. They're pretty eager to get the fuck out of here.
Right. I meant to ask them about the Ogiri. I know that Scrappy said they've had other people like us come through that were less pleasant. I wondered.
Well, I guess we could ask him.
Aye.
All right. And as...
So,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, let's head back.
All right. So, as you guys begin to make your way back to Elgiri Village, this is where we'll take our break.
All right.
Alrighty.
And we shall return in... What do you guys think? 11:25?
25 works.
25? Okay. We shall return in that time. Goodbye.
Bye.
And hello, and welcome back from break.
You beautiful people.
Drew's got string cheese, apparently.
Yep.
Oh, give me some.
Last bite.
That's crazy. I had like puck cheese.
You can't say that on the internet.
I can say whatever I want, Brandon.
This is a family-friendly... No, it's not a family-friendly story.
Check this out. Skedaddle. Ha. Suck it.
Stop! You're going to get us demonetized.
We're not monetized, Mac.
Because of you.
They used the hard addle on Skedaddle.
You did it again.
Anyways,
Goodness.
the party returns to Elgiri village after some time of retracing their steps back through the tunnels. You can safely assume that the party, led by Bradley, that you had met, has successfully escaped, as you have not found their bodies strewn about inside the tunnels in the cavern.
Well, there was a long way for us to walk before we got this far, so perhaps we'll find them on the way out.
You return to Elgiri village, left as you'd left it before. It's only been a couple of hours now.
It's been 30 years.
Oh my god.
Scrappy's all grown up.
I'm a man now, Dad.
Yeah,
A grown man, Myconid, works at a bank.
Yeah, he wears a suit and everything.
My life is miserable.
He has a smartphone.
I gotta pay taxes this year.
Yeah. I gotta file my quarterly reports.
I think I'm gonna pull out my bad doodles again and draw a mushroom wearing a suit.
You're long overdue.
I am long overdue. Keep an eye out for that,
All right.
everybody.
But yes, so you're back within Elgiri village. What is your next move?
I just kind of start shouting, like, Scrappy! Scrappy, where are you? Scrappy! I miss you. We need your help.
You wait a little bit, maybe like a minute or so, and you can see that a Myconid, probably about 5 feet tall, this roundish, like brown cap mushroom, approaches you, holding the small Scrappy that you're used to.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were this 5 foot tall Myconid. You're way too tall. Anyways, hey, Scrappy.
It's only been a couple of hours.
I know, and I thought you'd grown so much. I was gonna be so proud. Well, I'm still proud.
Where we come
Fantasy
from,
world,
mushrooms
Scrappy.
can... Mushrooms can grow very quickly.
If they should so wish. I rather like my size.
Short king. All right.
Is there something you needed?
Yes, we need directions.
I see. So you're ready to depart.
Yeah, we accidentally departed like 2 hours ago, and we just completely forgot that you were going to lead us there.
Well, no, we were tying up a loose end before we descended into the belly of the beast, so to speak. At least I hadn't forgotten. I can't speak for Rundun.
Yeah, I forget everything. Honestly, Dane, when you leave the room, I almost forget who you are.
Oh, shit.
Because I'm not anyone, Rundun.
And yet he's everyone all at once.
I am whoever you imagine me to be, because that is where I exist. Within your imagination.
And then Wandon.
That's a 21 to deception against Rondon.
Well, I guess I'll have to roll insight.
That's bad.
It is. It's a +0.
So
I believe.
you would have to natural 20.
Yeah, I believe Dane 100% right now. I got a 10.
This took an exciting turn. Oh no.
Now I'm just going to start believing that Dane is just a figment of my imagination this whole time.
Okay. Yeah, this
My
whole
imaginary best friend.
this whole adventure is just a fever dream while you're in a hospital bed watching like a television show, and you're like creating the scenarios of the show in your mind.
I'm watching the D&D movie from the
Yeah.
80s.
I don't know. I picture Rondon having had too many leaky berries on the trail that one day with Guansing.
I'm at his bedside holding his hand.
Right.
This is sad.
I wish you'd wake
But
up.
it's Mac and Drew.
Yeah, let's just press forward. This is sad.
Wake up, buddy. Wake up.
No. Okay, so you are led out of the village through a different exit. There is a separate tunnel that you were not aware of within Elgiri village that is suddenly revealed to you.
This makes sense.
Scruppy, there was one other entrance that another group of people mentioned to us, pointed out to us. Do you know of that when we found those folks encased in amethyst?
I cannot say for certain if this entrance is a shared one, but I can take you to the one that we know of.
Of course, thank you.
Over the course of some time, you spend probably another good hour and a half just traversing. You notice that as you exit Elgiri village through this point, there is a lot more fortification, more heavily armored Myconid. Like they had mentioned to you before, and like they are very good at defending, but they don't have very much offensive capability. And you can see that in the way that they defend their home as you begin to exit. Eventually, as you are let out, like I said, about an hour and a half or so passes as you wind through the cavern with Scrappy as your guide. Eventually, you enter this large circular chamber. Actually, here, give me 1 second. I'm suddenly aware that this music has gone on for literally the beginning of the... I mean, it's chill, right? Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do... There we go. There is a large circular chamber before you, adorned with several types of crystals and gems. On the opposite side of this passage, it appears to be fully closed, apart from the entrance that you are coming from. And blocking the entrance to what is assumed to be the Crystaline Cavern is an enormous piece of prismatic crystal, this semi-opaque formation. As you progress further into this chamber, besides this prismatic stone, there is a round stone tablet affixed to the cavern wall. What you can immediately notice is that there is this intricate arcane scrawling trimmed with golden filigree.
Scrawling, like writing?
Yeah, like you would kind of recognize this just by, a fresh memory. It kind of looks like the arcane scribblings from Balefire's tomes.
Okay.
Or rather, the pages. It's very similar. But yes, that is what you notice here.
Is this the magics of your people, Scrappy?
It is not, no. And this is as far as we have ever gotten into the Crystaline Cavern.
Wouldn't happen to know how to read it. Would you, Scrappy?
Unfortunately, as I said before, the way you and I perceive the world are very different. Or rather, is very different.
But can you read it, Scrap? That's all, man. I'm just...
I guess I'm gonna try and read it then. Just like looking at it, does it look like a familiar language? I have Celestial, Common, Elvish, Primordial, and then my adept linguist is Quarry, Sylvan, and Druidic.
Nothing that you recognize, no. And it doesn't appear to be any kind of spoken language either. This, from what you can immediately recognize, you don't really need a roll for this. It just appears to be some kind of arcane scribe.
Interesting.
Wish we had a wizard with us.
Are we sure it's not clerical writing?
That's possible. Bill. Where's she gone off to this time?
There's a sticky note on your breastplate, Dane.
Oh.
It says BRB. And then a frowny emoji with a little tear.
Bill should catch up with us later. And I eat the sticky note because why not? I don't want to litter in this cave.
Okay, sure.
Pack in, pack out. Those are the rules.
As long as we're leaning into the absurd here, let's do it. Do you know how to get through the door?
I am not entirely sure, no.
Have you tried pushing on it? I just kind of push on it.
You push on the tablet. Nothing seems to happen. No.
Okay. Well, we've got that one taken out.
I'm gonna do the psychic attack that the gemstone staff does to the tablet.
Okay. And as soon as you do, there appears to be some reactivity to this. The golden filigree, these kind of grooves and striations across this stone tablet seem to all light up. And as they do, you can see that there are settings which are not immediately obvious to you that suddenly light up, as if there is something that needs to be done first. These kind of settings within the stone tablet itself.
Like something should be placed in them?
That's correct.
That pulling out the onyx and the diamond from the other room, do those look like they would go into these settings?
Yes, there appears to be a total of 7 settings in there as you look. So just upon further inspection, there are 5 empty settings in a circle and 2 more on opposite sides of the circle, all roughly about 2 inches in diameter.
I think we need to go back and get those gems from the other room.
Thankfully, you did pick them all up.
We picked all of them up?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I thought we just took the onyx and the diamond.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, if we've got them all,
I specifically remember you saying I take them all off the wall.
okay, cool.
This was when Rondon was getting kidnapped.
Right. Yeah. And everyone's running out of the room, and I'm like, okay, real quick. I just want
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, by the basilisk. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
No, by the grown men.
Okay, well, I'm going to do the best I can to remember the exact order that they were placed in.
Okay.
And I'd like to try and put all 7 gems in the same orientation here.
So, describe for me which ones are in the center.
All I know is that onyx and diamond are not. The other 5 are in the circle.
Okay.
But I don't know what order they go in,
Gotcha.
unless that's something I can try and roll for or something. But Mike, the player, has no idea.
Gotcha. Do you remember which one was on the left side?
Ooh, onyx was on the left and diamond was on the right. I say with a little bit of confidence.
Okay, so you place them in an order that you feel is correct in the center. Onyx on the left, diamond on the right.
And then we do the psychic effects from the staff to the tablet.
Okay. You begin to focus on the staff and you create this psychic blast that suddenly begins to illuminate the tablet once more. One by one, the center stones of gemstone within the tablet begin to light up one by one. You've got red, you've got yellow, you've got green, blue, and purple. On the outside, you can see black and white as the onyx and the diamond light up. And then all of them kind of drawing into the center, these lines that kind of begin to go into the center. You can see that there is this image being drawn, almost like mechanically being etched into the stone. And you can see the figure of the Crimson Maiden, palms facing upward, arms tucked in. And suddenly, all of the gems themselves suddenly come out one by one, just and begin to float around and begin to swirl in this kind of circular motion in your palm, and they land. And suddenly you can see the prismatic stone that was blocking the way suddenly become more transparent. Almost intangible.
I think this is our opportunity. I don't know how long this lasts.
I kind of prod with the butt end of my staff.
Your staff seems to pass through the gemstone.
I run through the wall. Head first.
All right, and you can see Rondon pass through.
Here
Oh,
we
thank
go, I
goodness.
suppose.
Thank goodness. I was worried I was going to bash my head in.
Well done, Eric.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Dane.
Da-da-da-do-do-da-da-da.
What was
We
that?
should probably etch Rondon before he gets into something.
That's true. And I'll follow.
All right. So as all of you follow suit, immediately as you cross the quote-unquote threshold of this large prismatic crystal, it seemingly gains its tangibility back and becomes a solid material once more. And as you pass over, you weren't expecting, but from this initial passage, the space opens up into a gargantuan cavern, stretching nearly 1,000 feet high and an imperceivable distance around you. Detailed with crystals of all sizes and colors, geographical formations of all kinds. From this high vantage point, you can tell that you are easily probably a good maybe 300 feet up in the air. And you're looking down into what you can tell are different geographical formations, open ravines, cliffs, small mountains, different running waters such as lakes and rivers, and open fissures within the earth that descend and disappear into blackness below. All of this is perceptible from your vantage point, as well as a descending sloping path that hugs the wall of the cavern to your right. Everything in here is slightly illuminated by sparse but still relatively frequent glowing crystals that shine across the stones around them, creating near perfect prisms that refract light across this cavern of precious gems.
Did Scrappy come through with us?
Yes. Yes, they did.
Well, hell to the other side, Scrappy.
I cannot see anything.
That's right. And I keep on forgetting, and I'll always forget Scrap.
I do want to have a look around for any other creatures. I may or may not be keeping an eye out for somebody coming through.
Gotcha. Go ahead and just make a perception check then.
And as I'm starting to look around, I'm going to give myself guidance.
Sure.
Because I think that's reasonable to do here. This one. Mother Cusser. That's a 16. I'm a grandmother.
16. Okay. From this point, you can tell that there's some movement down below. Though it's very hard to see. You can tell that, like I said, you can tell that there's some movement somewhere down there, but what exactly it is, you're not able to make out from this distance. You're just too high up at this point. You get a very clear lay of the land from this vantage point, but not much else in the way of details, unfortunately.
Well, should we start moving our way down?
I suppose there's nothing else for it, hey?
I look to see if there's a way up.
That's a good thought. Other than the path going down, is there a path going up?
Looking up, there's no path that leads upward, no. This appears to be an entrance into the cavern itself, and just like a safe slope down into the cavern, or leading to the winding paths from before.
Well, looks like it's all downhill from here.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a literal thing, Dane.
And I mind link with Eric, just real quick. Pretend you didn't hear me say anything. Ask Rondon who he's talking to.
Rondon,
Yes.
This is maybe a tricky situation. Now's not the time for you to play with your imaginary friends. Let's just move on down. You can talk to Dale or whoever it is later, okay?
I give Rondon a big wink.
It's It's not Dale. It's Dingus. Anyways, marching on down.
I'm gonna use the spider boots to help stay on the path as much as possible, but also try and move quietly.
Okay, perfect. It's a pretty generous slope, so it's not too much trouble. If whoever would like to, you can roll stealth if you'd like. If you guys are trying to keep quiet, you can definitely do so.
I would like to roll stealth.
Me too.
Yeah, I guess we might as well. I don't want to be the only one out. Not bad. Not bad.
Me either.
Yeah, but Kwanzaa, you're like a superhero.
Yeah.
Plus 11.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's serious.
Yeah, he's got expertise from, I think it's like a human thing, right?
Yep.
So you would have had to roll a 0 to match my score then, because I got an 11.
Oof.
Nice.
All
I got a
Rondon?
10.
Oof.
21.
21, all right.
Dang.
And Kwanzaa?
29.
29.
Nerds.
Oh, you're wearing your RNG shirt. Nice. I didn't
I
see
am. Yes,
Looks
I
so
am.
fly.
For purchase.
that. Well, not for much longer.
Not on our website, at least.
Oh,
for
okay.
much longer.
Just meet us in a random
that
alley.
should have been our announcement. I just thought about that.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
get it tomorrow.
All right. So you all begin to y'all,
Y'all.
if I may,
You may.
begin to descend this slope. Some of you more quiet than others. It is a rocky gemstone surface. Most of everything here is actually gemstone, if that's a detail that I missed. And so some of you, not as stealthy as the others, begin to kind of feel the crunch of, loose or, worn amethyst crunch beneath your feet. Making your way down. It is a sight to behold as you begin to get lower and lower and lower. It is almost nearly a forest or a jungle of some kind, made entirely of gemstone. Different kinds of gemstone as well. It is not just amethyst here. There are even not part of that main group of gemstones or precious stones. You can see all kinds of I keep saying stones, but that's literally what they are. For some of you more learned folk, you can tell the difference between garnets and agates and different kinds of formations here.
Talk about Rondon again.
Yes, of course.
Tree man.
And it is with both Kwanzaa and Dane's passive perception that you begin to notice this, what is essentially like a small kind of lizard just crawling along the ground. Doesn't seem to pay you much mind. And it appears to be made entirely of gemstone. It is almost as if you've wandered into some strange reality where everything has mutated to conform to this strange standard of being.
It's like a separate, planet almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, a weird. Or plane of existence.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
You begin to hear some chirping noises as well. And you can see that there are these, what you would essentially kind of associate with birds, but they appear to be made entirely of gemstone as well, all held together by this strange, imperceivable psychic force that seems to hold it all together, like all of it's kind of just drifting magnetically close together to form the semblance of some flying creature before you.
Can I pick up, like, not pick up, like grab, but like just put my hand out and see if the lizard will crawl onto my hand?
Make an animal handling check.
Handling. 16.
16. You place your hand out, and the lizard, I guess. Here, let me see. Yeah. Wow. It does seem to approach you, however cautiously.
Sure.
And you can feel the weight of the stone that it's made of.
So is it pretty heavy?
It's pretty heavy, yeah. I wouldn't say it's terribly heavy, but heavy
Sure.
enough to where you can tell that it's made out of like a denser object.
Material,
Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, looking at it and kind of analyzing, because you talked about like the birds being held together, do I see like any sort of like force that's holding this together to shape this lizard, or is this lizard like an actual living thing? Does that make sense?
Yeah, go ahead and either make a perception or investigation. Depending on which one you choose, you'll gain different results.
Perception, I got 18.
18, okay. So as you begin to look at it, very closely, you can see that the stones that make up the creature itself don't appear to be touching at all. It almost seems like there is this kind of micro spacing between each of its plates or segments of this creature. Entirely held together by some unknown, ethereal, what you can assume to be psionic force from your experience.
Okay. So as I'm kind of looking, I'm like, Dane, Eric, Rondon, look at this. There's something that holds these stones together.
Do you
Go on.
think this was a normal lizard that has turned into this? Because I don't want that to happen to me.
It's either that or somebody is trying to make themselves a home here.
There is a moment where, as you are observing the lizard, there is what you notice to be the semblance of a small spider-looking creature on a nearby formation of gemstone, and you can see that the lizard spots it, immediately jumping from your arm onto this crystal structure. You can see that it bites down on the spider itself. And as the spider is encased within its jaws, you can see that this very strange event happens. Instead of what you would normally see as swallowing, the remains of a slain creature, the pieces that made the spider, or that were made up of the spider, that were making the spider, suddenly begin to integrate themselves within the form of this lizard, adding to
Does
it.
it
And it seems
does
to
it become bigger?
It does.
Interesting. Like a bigger lizard, or does it become a whole new creature entirely?
It seems to add mass to the creature.
Interesting. I was thinking of like a evolution thing, like it goes from lizard to small dog, like.
Which reminds me, we're still missing a dog companion.
No, they're up top.
Okay, thank goodness.
Pickles and Perry are hanging out.
With Threk and I, apparently.
He's like, so what do you guys do?
Boo! And he's like, all right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Yeah.
Does this remind me of Gald at all?
It most certainly does.
Okay.
In a kind of drawing comparisons, it feels very similar.
Did Gald seem to be held up by a force, or was he? Did he have, I guess, flesh under his diamond?
No, they did not. As far as what you can remember, they appeared to be made entirely of red crystal.
Interesting. And what's this color on this one?
The
Like
lizard
in this-
itself?
Yeah. Oh, you said it's multiple colors, like throughout the whole cavern.
Exactly.
So that takes also with the animals.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
The gemstones don't appear to change when they are devoured or eaten. It seems that whatever color scheme the spider had has now transferred. So it's like a multi-arrayed, multicolored.
That's cool.
Whatever is consumed gets added. It's all just adding mass and pieces. And so it is just distributed in that way. It's a very strange kind of ecosystem that you are observing firsthand.
Do any of the gemstones that make up the things here look like they are onyx or diamond?
Go ahead and just make an investigation check.
Sleight of hand.
Okay.
Not to steal, just because those were the odd ones out. 14.
14. Looking around, you're not able to find any that are onyx or diamond.
Okay. So these look like they are the gemstones that represent the known gemstone dragons, if I understood what Bradley was saying. I think it was Bradley that was saying that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cooper would have been a real nice last name for him.
Dang it.
Does he make barrels?
We should have asked.
Guess we'll never know. I really wonder if they'll make it out alive. At least if they get past Projekt alive.
That's even if they go back to Projekt.
Or if Projekt is watching for them. Though I don't know if they would know that... If Projekt would know that the adventurers weren't Amethyst anymore. Projekt would have seen you for a bit. And then presumably just a dark corner of the cave.
Well wishes for them.
Good luck, guys.
Bye.
Are there gemstone plant life, like small flowers or something along those lines?
Interesting.
Make a perception or investigation check. Your choice.
So that's a 21 on investigation.
Ooh, you'd like to see it.
Okay. No flowers in the traditional sense, though. As you begin to kind of inspect around, you can see that there are essentially what are drawing a comparison. You can see essentially blooms of gemstone. where some like upon some structures there appears to be like smaller pieces of jutting crystal that kind of fan out.
Maybe this is a crazy question. Do any of them look like a like Himalayan chunks of salt look like stone?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of like if I could get like little chunks of that to put like in people use like that kind of stuff in teas and stuff. It's a little weird, but do I see anything like that would look like resemble that?
Salt deposits?
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Make a perception check for me.
Oh wow, that was a neat save. 25.
No perceivable salt deposits here. It appears as though it's all gemstone is what you can see here.
Okay.
Nothing that would really support any kind of organic life, unfortunately.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, just wanted to see. Thank you.
If there's one of those little blooms of gemstones that's relatively small, I'd like to try and pick it, pull it off of something
Gotcha.
as a souvenir.
Do I see Eric do this?
You can see him kind of like forming the idea as he's like kind of searching out for one.
Okay, I would say, Eric, if you find one, a beauty from Greenwood might really enjoy that.
My mother is already taken, Kwansang.
I need the potato recipe now!
Not sure he was speaking of your mother.
For this, Eric, I'll have you make a sleight of hand check.
Just because that's the most. I'm not trying to be sneaky. That's just the most appropriate roll.
That's correct. Yep.
Can I support him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like just kind of talking with him and stuff. Give him like.
Can I give him triple advantage?
No.
I'm gonna be very appreciative of that support. Oh, and even with it, 10.
10. Okay. It isn't apparently obvious to you just how delicate these blooms are, and as you're kind of attempting to be as careful as possible, trying to pick them from their current locations, a few of the little petals seem to kind of chip and fall off as you pick it.
Seeing that, I'll go, oh, Eric, you'll get better with it, and I'll try to pick one myself.
Okay.
Because I have a
Yeah, go ahead.
18.
Okay.
Plus 8 in sleight of hand.
Gotcha. Attempting to pick it, it's a much better result. However, it's not perfect, and there are a few chips in it.
I laugh at myself and I go, I will also get better, apparently.
Yeah, I feel like I'm all thumbs.
Yeah, it's a pretty difficult role, trying to preserve something so delicate as this.
I say, one more time, we'll give it a go.
Go ahead.
Best one wins. Oh, that's better. 25?
5?
Okay. Eric, you try to be as delicate as possible. However, it kind of slips from your hand and just falls face first on the ground and just shatters.
Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
Yeah.
I need to make a correction. My roll was I added up wrong. It was a 16, not a 17, so it was 24. Not
24. Okay.
Wow, you also did the same thing.
Yeah. This time you scoop the bloom up, pick it ever so slightly, and resting within your palm, you have this beautiful, perfectly preserved bloom of gemstone. This appears to be red, which you can assume to be ruby.
Oh. And as I'm holding it, I'm like, Eric, picking it might have been the easiest part. How will we preserve this?
Okay. I'm gonna take one of the spell books that we took off the Dragonborn, because I think those probably are garbage, and rip a page out of it and gently wrap it around and then put it into the scroll case that I've been carrying around, an empty scroll case.
I also have this stand with the glass cloche for it.
That was some of the wildest deja vu I've ever experienced.
I noticed you were like freaking the hell out over there.
From the moment that Drew was like, picking was the easy part, how do we preserve it? Like, all the way through to the scroll case, just everything was like, it was freaking me out. Also, I found a picture of Eric Mugweed, who is all thumbs.
Oh my fucking god.
Dude, what great henchmen.
Right?
What are they? Thumbs, right?
Thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spy Kids.
Dude, those things messed Gregorio Cortez up.
Oh, yeah.
They scared me.
I don't blame you. Just the concept of just thumbs.
All right, so you end up packaging as carefully as you can this perfectly picked crystal bloom made entirely of ruby, and packaging it up with paper and putting it in your scroll case. You hope it's enough. I'll say it. I'll put that. I'll put it like that.
Fair.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I distracted us with that. Do we know which way to go?
I was like, you turn around and my braids have like 8 of each of these flowers in it. Like, no, man, just chill.
So cool.
So we've reached ground level at this point.
That
I'm
is correct.
understanding?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I want to make one more check while they're doing that. I want to see if there's anything. I'm really looking for these 3 Kreen knights in a big way.
Okay.
Because they got me nervous. And once again, as I'm looking, I'm going to give myself guidance on this. That is probably the best roll I've had all night. That's a 26. No, sorry. 27.
Okay. Taking a moment to still yourself. Take in the environment. Observe as carefully as you can. You can see 2 black cloaked, kind of roundish figures perched in a very particular hidden kind of structure along the wall itself of the cavern. Probably good, maybe I would say probably a good like 150 feet up.
Okay. So out of earshot.
Yep. But from what you can tell, they appear to be larger 3 Kreen. They're not like any kind of slender ones, which leads you to believe that they might be some kind of beetle.
Okay.
Which is pretty typical for knights.
Sure.
Any other detail besides this like dark shadow that they appear to be wearing is a little lost, but you're definitely aware of their presence.
Is it possible to mark whether they've seen me noticing them?
Not really, no.
Okay. Then I'm going to assume that they can't tell that I've looked that direction also. So I'll kind of mutter as they're looking, or as they're dealing with these flowers. I found these shades. Don't look, they're up on the cliff face. There's two of them. They look muscular, large. What do you all think? Do we let them come to us on their terms? Or do we initiate now?
Bradley's group said that their MO is to wait until we're weak and then they can move in.
Or ambushes?
That assumes there's something that'll make us weak before we get to them.
Well, we might as well pay him a visit up there.
But they're like in the cliff face, right? Like they had to have flown to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we could talk to them?
Or Dan can moonbeam them.
We were told that a battle with the Amethyst Dragon would surely end in our defeat. I assume attacking things that belong to him probably wouldn't help us.
I'm not entirely sure they belong to the Amethyst Dragon. Although I suppose if Projekt belongs to the dragon and these folks belong to Projekt, then what's the difference really? But if I had to hazard a guess, I would think that they're meant to make sure that no one is successful. Projekt sends them on the job and they
Take care of them?
take care of them. At the very least, I don't have any magic that can reach them from here.
How far did you say they were, Brandon?
They're about 150 feet up.
Is there any quick way up to them? Or do you have to somehow climb?
Yeah, not particularly. No, they're they're still relatively near where the entrance of the cavern is.
We could always wave them down if we're looking to have a conversation.
Then you might be right. They might not want a conversation, but I don't know how we'd get up there. And fighting from the side of a cavern wall made of stones isn't any of our specialties. No matter what, we need to bring them here.
So what do you think? Do we let them trail us and then attempt to get the jump on them? Or do we try to speak with them now?
Our friend with Fireball isn't here, so... Because we still don't know if she doesn't have it anymore.
If we move on, I can turn 3 people invisible. If they continue to trail the one who isn't invisible, that leaves 3 people to move in behind them, around them. Not necessarily attack, but it does put us maybe in a position of advantage so that we can talk to them before anything else happens.
Dane, you can wild shape into animals. Have you tried to imitate these ones? I about fell out of my chair, Jason.
I'm not sure. I guess I haven't considered the option. I should ask the DM if that's fits in the classification of things that I can use that magic to do.
Strain really hard.
No, these are humanoids.
Oh no! I meant like the
lizards.
Oh, the lizards. No, they don't fall into the category of things you can transform into.
Okay.
I was gonna say, because then if 3 of us are invisible and Dane's a lizard, we fine.
I mean, I could always wild shape into something small anyway.
Like a bat.
Like a bat.
Maybe not a bat, because that would have to fly out in the open, and you'd be the only thing not made of crystal.
Oh, something.
Like a spider. You could just climb up the wall.
Could do a spider.
Spider Dane.
It's been some time since I wild shaped into a spider. I think that was one of the first ones. Do you remember? Or no, that was something I planned on doing, but didn't end up happening.
I remember that it was the beginning of an awesome plan that you had.
That's right. Well, that was you're thinking of the frog.
No.
No.
You guys stay here. I have a plan. 10 minutes later, you're in a prison cell.
Oh, I did use a spider for that. That's right. That's right.
I still... Yep.
It was a genius plan, Dane.
It was. I love it.
I was thinking spider was almost my first wild shape because I got stuck in a web. So I was like, I'll use my spider shape to get out of it, and then I didn't have to.
Oh, that would have been
way back in the pre-recorded times.
Yeah, the spider people.
Yeah. I've got some things that I can. I learned that shape from Mimi, where I can look like any object. That could just be something that someone's carrying.
Does the objects that we're carrying become invisible?
If they're objects.
Yeah, I'd be a creature, but...
What if I objectify Dane?
That's actually a spell. It's a spell I created. It's a lesser polymorph.
But I could wild shape into an amethyst object and just park myself on the side of the road somewhere.
I don't know why.
Sad Rock Dane again.
Yep.
Yeah, so what I imagined is just like Dane has an amethyst chunk and it's just like floating and we're like, oh, don't mind me. Like we're just like driving him. Like, I'm just a moving amethyst. Like, yikes.
Points for creativity, though.
Yeah.
And just hearing these three comedians, these guys are weird, man. Just disappeared, and then there was a floating rock around.
What is the sight that can see invisibility? Is it true sight? Mm-hmm. True sight, yeah. They're gonna have true sight. We're done for. We're done, Ski.
Persea.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
Sorry, you're so quiet in the back there. Sometimes I forget that you're here. What do you? Is this anything like where you come from? This bizarre crystal landscape.
No, but in some ways it does remind me of the Feywild.
Do you see the two I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. They appear to be just watching.
What do you think?
I think we need to get our footing here first. If something were to go wrong, where would we run to?
Just back out the door we just came in. Obviously. Come on, Presea. It's not.
It takes
Come
more
on,
time.
idiot.
Takes
It's
more
not
time than
really-
you think to activate that door. I think we should be more cautious. We don't know what's out here. Who knows what the sounds of battle could bring? I think for now we play their game. Wait for an opening.
Works for me. Mugweed, you can still give us that shelter at night, yeah?
Yes,
Whatever.
absolutely. I'm not thinking we should take any kind of rest without it
Aye.
down here.
Aye. And then if someone walks out of it invisible and gets closer to him, who's to say? Next question. Sorry, I think you both were going to say something.
I just repeated what you said. Who's to say?
Oh.
Who is to say? Rondon, what do you think?
I think, therefore I am.
I think Chisay was a French diplomat in the 70s.
Oh, nope. You're thinking of Tootsie.
That's right, Tootsie. Tootsie the French diplomat. There's two other questions. One, we need a plan.
That's not a
Not
question.
a question.
One, what's our plan? Two, which direction do we go from here?
I will say that you do have the most direct route to the Amethyst domain. Or Uldred's domain, rather. Through
Oh, that was
through Jujo.
Oh, right.
yeah.
They laid a path out for you. So you do have a way or knowledge of how to get there.
Okay.
Was that given to everyone, or was that just given to one
Everyone.
person?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, so that answers question 2. Question 1. We need a plan. I know that it must have been Jujo as well that said, get captured on our own terms. Have them take us straight to him. Brandon looked like he was going to chime in for a second.
Mm-mm.
Oh. We need to decide what those terms are so that we can...
That is a good question. That I don't have an answer for.
So once we get there, what do we say?
Hey, we would like our Baron back, please. Thank you. That's all.
Jujo did say that the cult won't kill without consulting Uldred. So maybe we just go in and we say, "Hey, we're not here to fight. Go tell Uldred we're here."
We can always come back and fight them if we need to.
I was going to say, that's not to guarantee that they won't weaken us first.
Well, sure.
Maybe we should go back to the city and leave all of our weapons. Because I don't want to get anything taken from me. I really like this staff, and I look it up and down. It's nothing special, of course. Just made for me by my family.
comes from your own. That's special in its own right.
You start to hear Quan saying, he's like, just my family.
And this is my great grandpappy's axe. And
Shut
I
up,
chuck it down the wall.
I start to cry.
No, watch me, Quan Sang. See this axe? I don't even care about it anymore.
We all have our
There
sad
it is.
moments.
It doesn't matter if they weaken us if we're not planning to fight anyway. We know that that's a death sentence.
This could be our first ever TPK. And that blows my mind. All right.
Well, what we know is, we know that Uldred's people won't kill, but they will.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to give them any kind of reason.
Well, should we stealth our way in and work on the fly?
Let's start walking. Consang, you want to be eyes in the front, and I'll keep behind to keep an eye on these shades.
And I'll be the eyes in the middle.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
As you prepare to move on, Eric, you notice that those blooms that had fallen and crumbled to the ground, it's very strange. Over the course of the conversation that you've been having, the gemstone has slowly begun to pull itself back together.
Kind of elbow Wansing. Check it out.
When I see it, I kind of kneel down and I kind of just like you would with a flower, like if you were like just kind of running your hand through it. I'm just gonna kind of like lift it up and just like analyze, and it's living. This is so interesting.
Whatever's animating this place or keeping this place intact looks like it's reforming it.
Eric, just take a second and look around. Whatever is keeping this place intact must be insanely powerful. This is a whole new world. It's a dazzling... I'm not gonna... After I said it, it just came to my head. Sorry.
Yep.
This is a whole new world. Either there's more than one thing doing this, or one being who is far beyond us. Wow. I take my journal out and I just make a quick note. Just like a brief sketch. I'd say I spend maybe a minute on it. Just kind of really loosely drawing what I see.
Okay.
While he's sketching, I kind of find a rock, kind of walk up on and get a little higher vantage point. So Rundun, when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear.
Dig it.
And that's what we'll pick up next time.
And now I'm in a whole new world with you. Oh, I know what I'm falling asleep to tonight.
The
GG,
music
guys.
or the whole movie?
I'll put the movie on when I go to bed. I'll be asleep before we get to Prince Ali, but
Right. Well, GG guys. We shall
GGs.
pick this up
GG.
tomorrow, 8:30
Yes.
p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Bing. To
Thanks, Brando.
continue our adventure within the Crystaline Cavern, getting within Uldrid's territory, his place,
Domain.
his domain,
Oh, man.
and see what the fuck is happening. I really want to just reveal it to you guys, but I won't.
Do it. What
do
if
you-
we pay you?
No.
I'll open an XY Evolutions pack right now. These are worth $20.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it
Okay.
right before we go.
Oh,
Super quick.
okay.
Super quick.
Front card's a Charmander. Not gonna look at the code card. 1, 2, 3 to the front. Oh God.
Professor
Oak.
Oak.
Metapod.
Trainer.
Charmander. Diglett. Drowsy.
Drowsy.
Caterpie.
Doduo.
Doduo.
Ooh,
Farfetch.
Farfetch.
For the hollow, or the rare rather. Oh, an
And-
Electro.
ooh,
Oh.
Electro.
He's a dud.
Still fun though. Still fun.
Still fun.
All right, this episode was sponsored by
Seafoam.
Seafoam, bringing foam to a shore near you.
Yep.
Sure.
Good night, everyone. We shall see you tomorrow.